Single ladies, it may be time to pack your bags. They're trying to send you to a singles boot camp. The organization that will remain unnamed is currently petitioning the White House for a new initiative called Saving America by Saving the Family.
Credentialism is sinking the birth rate. They also lament that the average birth age is now 27 years old for women, when in 1970 it was 21 years old. And I guess that women who have bachelor's degrees or higher.
Americans must recognize that the founding fathers were quite literally fathers. 54 of the 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence married and had a total of 300.
We are the reason why the birth rate has decreased. We are the reason why the economy is so hard. We are the reason why no one can afford anything in this economy anymore. Every problem that is going on right now, you can blame it on us women, okay? But we are not going to tolerate that. So I'm going to show you a few videos of what the Heritage Foundation, those are the same people that came out with Project 2025. So I'm just going to show you what they came out with now.
Creators of Project 2025 and Project Esther have just launched a $280 billion initiative to send unmarried people to government-sponsored marriage boot camps. In a 172-page long report that blames the declining marriage rate on civil rights era laws, compares unmarried people to those on hospice care, and calls on President Trump to sign a series of executive orders requiring every action taken by the federal government to explicitly measure how it harms or helps marriages and families, the Heritage Foundation proposes marriage boot camps to be held at local churches, to where successful completion of the program would mean that couples are ready to walk down the aisle. Orders come and attack me in the comments saying is not the Heritage Foundation. Over 70% of current administration either worked for the Heritage Foundation in the past, currently writes for them, or directly helped in the writing of Project 2025 and Project Esther. This report also plans on getting rid of no-fault divorce, blames abortions on the mother, and should not be allowed to be official policy in any administration. The United States is a place where you can get married or not. It's not a place where the federal government decides what you do with your personal time. And if
Single ladies, it may be time to pack your bags. They're trying to send you to a singles boot camp. The organization that will remain unnamed is currently petitioning the White House for a new initiative called Saving America by Saving the Family. Successful completion of the program would mean that couples are ready to walk down the aisle at a communal wedding by the end of the boot camp. The bride and groom would also be matched with a mentor couple to help them to navigate the highs and lows of early marriage. And don't forget to mention cold hard cash. They're offering couples $5,000 if they stay together. They're basically saying women are too picky, we'll just pick somebody for you. This is their solution to the male loneliness epidemic, just mandated by law. Instead of encouraging men to make themselves better catches for the woman that they want by increasing their earning potential, getting an education, being emotionally intelligent, not weaponizing their incompetence, being thoughtful, being kind, going to therapy, healing their past trauma. Instead of bettering the quality of the men in the dating pool, they're just gonna shrink it. I know you've tried it all. Bumble, Hinge, Tinder, plenty of fish. You tried meeting men in the wild. Girl, forget all that. Let the government find you a mate, because everybody knows they care about your well-being, am I right? They're in your womb, they're in the classroom, they're in your bedroom, and now they want to be in your marriage. Nothing says freedom like the government wanting to pick your life partner and the father of your children. They don't care about the quality of the marriage, they just care that you are married to a man that could hopefully keep you in line. They can't have these women out here thinking they can be whatever they want to be. We almost had a female president.
The Heritage Foundation, the minds that brought you Project 2025, the reason why America is experiencing a birth decline isn't because of skyrocketing cost of living, it isn't because of maternal mortality rates, and it isn't because healthcare itself and health insurance has become a luxury. No, it's because we are too educated. We are spending way too much time in schools pursuing degrees we don't need instead of getting married in our early 20s and having children. Education is not the reason people are having less children. In their words, credentialism is sinking the birth rate. They also lament that the average birth age is now 27 years old for women, when in 1970 it was 21 years old. And I guess that women who have bachelor's degrees or higher, 21.8% of those won't ever have children. Whereas if you had stopped educating yourself at high school, that number drops to 11.5%. Big whoop. The reason why men and women are having less children isn't because we're overeducated. It's the cost of living.
Oh, starting off strong, aren't we? 54 of the 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence married and had a total of 337 children among them, an average of 6 each. Can you see where this is going? All right, let's keep going. Alongside the decline in American marriage has come an even more precipitous drop in fertility. Well, if you'd quit poisoning the food and everything else that we use on a regular basis, maybe fertility wouldn't be the issue. Cleaning products, deodorant, perfume, fragrances all disrupt your hormones and affect your fertility. And then we go right into blaming women. Of course we do. The disruptions to American family life caused by bad public policy in the 1960s were exacerbated by cultural upheavals that radically changed social norms around sex, sexuality, marriage, children, and gender roles. Second wave feminism and the sexual revolution promoted an individualistic, child-free, marriage-free sexual liberation that promised to lead to an unparalleled era of consent-based human happiness and fulfillment. Over the course of 60 years, casual sex, abortion, childlessness by choice, and no-fault divorce became normalized, while marriage and the natural family became stigmatized. So women started to reclaim their bodies and their pleasure, stepped into empowered autonomy, were able to leave abusive and toxic marriages, and started to think for ourselves about whether or not having children is the right choice for us, and came together to decenter men and prioritize ourselves and our happiness, and we're the problem. Right. By 2024, the decline in sorry, this is just really funny. Children brought into the world hit a record low of 1.59 lifetime births per woman, which is far below the 2.1 required for a population to replace itself. 2.1? What is that? How do you even... Moving on. I had to put my hair up for this because until recently, virtually all cultures recognize that marriage has a special connection to the bearing and raising of children, even if some marriages do not give rise to children. Children are a proper end of marriage. If I don't think that did what you thought it was going to. All things being equal, children should be raised in a stable
These are the same people that are taking away welfare, Medicaid, WIC, all the programs that is supposed to help moms or women that need assistance to raise children. They are trying to get rid of these programs. They have actually getting rid of some of these programs like EBT, like the food stamp. They have cut it significantly. And now you're out here pushing for women to give birth and reproduce and produce and produce. And there is no help for them. Even so, daycare is not cheap, food is not cheap, diaper is not cheap, like nothing is cheap. And you guys are pushing women to give birth, passing laws that is trying to take rules and regulations that is going to set us back to the 1900s. I don't know what year women have no rights, but you guys are trying to take us back. We don't want to go back. It's a lot of women rights that is being rolled back, and yet you guys are still pushing for us to have more kids. Why people can afford anything? Most people are living from paycheck to paycheck, and you want them to constantly reproduce children. Well, I'm glad that these people that are coming out with these laws and regulation, even though it's going to affect me, but they don't want those kids from me or anyone that looks like me, and I don't want my sisters that don't look like me to also have to experience that. You know what I mean? Is their choice, is their bodies, is their freedom. If they choose to have children, is their choice to have children. I don't think childbearing is supposed to be pushed or women in general. This is women rights being, pulled back and stuff like that. I don't know, but just let me know what you think about this. Women are not giving birth, not just because they are too educated. It's just the economy is just too hard and they can't afford anything. And you guys are stopping all the assistance that is there to help moms and kids. You know what I mean? So I think that's what is going on. But let me know what you think about this story down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.